You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
First this morning, UGA remembering 2 lives cut short. Molly Oak is live in Athens with a closer look at the crash that killed a Bulldogs player and staffer and how they're being remembered this morning.
Today, we are remembering the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the most prominent civil rights leader and a titan who fought for equal rights. We're going to show you how President Biden remembered King on what would have been his 94th birthday.
Well, it's chilly on the outside this morning. You're going to need a coat, but by this afternoon, it's going to mild up on you. I'll let you know how warm it's going to be in the full forecast straight ahead.
Hearts remain heavy this morning as UGA and fans mourn the loss of a football player killed just hours after the team's championship parade.
There continues to be an outpouring of support and reaction this morning. We see memorials are growing on campus as we learn much more about the tragedy here that happened. Now, this was supposed to be a time of celebration, but now it has turned to a very, very somber time. Now, the students and fans in the community there at Sanford Stadium on Sunday, they came out leaving those flowers and just, really a somber mood that's filling those young people, many of them so young, never experiencing the loss of life.
Devin Willock, a 20-year-old offensive lineman, and 24-year-old Chandler LaCroix, a member of the football staff, died in that crash. Another player and staff member were also hurt, but they are expected to be okay. We talked to students and fans about the tragedy.
I can't wrap my head around it. We saw them yesterday having the time of their lives, and then today, I can't imagine the grief that the team especially is going through right now.
How do you deal with losing people that are so young? I'm sure that everyone involved had a lot more to offer to the world.
The crash was devastating. Investigators are still working to learn what caused it. In a statement, the UGA Athletic Association says it's working with its medical team and mental health to try to support all the staff and personnel and the students.
Continuing your 11 minutes of nonstop news this morning with the latest on the aftermath of Thursday's deadly storm.
So today the community will rally around all the people impacted by the tornadoes that hit Griffin. The Community Teen Coalition will provide free groceries and hot meals to those in need. It's happening at Rising Star Missionary Baptist Church. You can stop by between 11:30 this morning and 2:30 this afternoon. The National Weather Service says there were at least 4 tornadoes across that county.
DeKalb police need your help finding this missing 14-year-old boy. His name is Xavier. They say he was last seen leaving his home on Aztec Stone Mill Manor yesterday, and he might have left in an Uber. He has brown eyes, black hair, and was last seen wearing a blue sweatshirt, some black Crocs. If you see him, please call police.
Today, people against a new Atlanta police training facility are going to gather to demand the release of several protesters. 6 organizations plan to rally outside of the DeKalb County District Attorney's office to advocate for those arrested during a clash with law enforcement. That happened last month. Those camped out near the so-called Cop City say they're trying to preserve the area's green space. At least 5 now face domestic terrorism charges.
The price of a gallon of gas is still going up. We checked and got some new numbers for you this morning. Right now, the average price for a gallon of regular in Georgia is more than $3. That's an increase of more than 26% since the state gas tax suspension ended. Crash, thank you. Today, people across the country are reflecting on Atlanta's very own Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
President Joe Biden kicked off celebrations with his visit here to the city of Atlanta. He visited the historic Ebenezer Baptist Church. Ariana Manise has a closer look.
President Biden's now historic sermon is one of the many ways the nation is honoring the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. President Biden was invited by Democratic Senator Reverend Raphael Warnock, who is also the current senior pastor, on what would have been King's 94th birthday. Biden spoke in the pulpit in front of a packed church, making him the first sitting president to deliver a sermon at a Sunday service at Ebenezer Baptist Church. The president told the congregation the past actions of the civil rights icon were a guide to the nation's future. He also used his sermon to make a political push for voting rights legislation and reflect on Dr. King's commitment to equality. President Biden also called Dr. King one of his political heroes. Back to you.
Thank you, Ariana. Today, the Atlanta Hawks are going to honor Dr. King during the MLK game at State Farm Arena. This year's game tips off with Contagious, the ministry from the Dream Center Church of Atlanta. They'll be performing player introductions and the national anthem. The Hawks also plan to honor Black woman-owned Atlanta clothing brand Tracy Nicole Clothing. They'll also honor other local activists and civil rights leaders. So the game's going to start at 3:30, and by the way, there are a couple of tickets left if you'd like to go.
More celebrations of the civil rights leaders' life and legacy are set to happen in Atlanta later this morning. Hosea Helps hosting a drive-through celebration in partnership with Delta Airlines. Volunteers will hand out meals that can feed a family of 4 for 2 weeks, school supplies for the first 500 families, and even some personal protective gear to keep kids and their parents safe and healthy. The drive-through opens at 11 this morning in the blue lot of the Georgia World Congress Center. It wraps up at 4.
Take a look at some of the other events happening today to honor Dr. King. The Atlanta History Center is hosting a day-long ceremony with trivia, crafts, choir performances, panel discussions, and even free access to the exhibitions. It gets underway at 10 o'clock.
Right now on 11alive.com, you can check out our full list of things to do to celebrate Dr. King's legacy today in Atlanta. Just look for this headline. Happening today, Atlanta parents demanding action against gun violence, telling their stories in a podcast called Untold. It aims to honor the lives cut short by this national epidemic.
They don't understand, like, it's okay to go to work at 9 to 5. It's okay not to walk around with a gun. My child is a teenager. I can't see their 13th birthday. Like,
it was like I prayed every day, let him make it another day. Let him make it another day.
The podcast brings together the parents of 14-year-old Malik Grover and 16-year-old Justin Powell, who died in a shooting at a Southwest Atlanta apartment complex last month, and 12-year-old Zion Charles, who was killed near Atlantic Station. They're going to talk about the policing and also the policies they say led to their sons' deaths. It premieres tonight on Black Push Inc.'s social media platforms.
Happening tomorrow, people with tickets and unpaid fines can get some help in East Point. The city's ticket amnesty program runs through the end of March. You can resolve fines without penalties in some cases. Any fees due to a failure to appear can be waived. Even people accused of nonviolent crimes can get it taken off the record that potential employees search. You just have to apply online. The application fee is $25. It'll be waived for the first 8 people. Visit eastpointcity.org for more. Chesley?
Hey, this afternoon we're looking at temperatures finally starting to warm up just a little bit. We started out with temperatures, or starting off with temperatures in the 20s and 30s out there. 54 degrees will be our temperature by noon, under partly to mostly cloudy skies. Certainly cloudy skies by 3 o'clock. That's when we'll reach our high of 60 degrees. So cloudy and mild, but no rain coming out of those clouds at all. We'll drop back down to 56 degrees by 6 o'clock with a southerly breeze about 6 miles per hour.
The holiday decorations are probably put away, but you might still have some 2022 clutter lying around. Ahead on the 3rd hour of today, home hacks to get you organized in the new year. Your trees down?
Yes, ma'am.
I just took mine down yesterday.
Mine's still sitting out on the back porch.
We're the bad side of
Side
here.
of the room. There's always that side of the room.
It is.
Go figure. Go figure. Have a great day, everybody. Today's show is next. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.